All right. Trying to stop it. Okay. Hi. Sorry, everyone. Having technical difficulties. Um, Let me put Caleigh, our guest, on the screen. Uh, this is my first time using StreamYard, so y'all have to bear with me. We are almost there. Okay, where is Caleigh? I know I saw her. At the stage. Okay, I had to add her. All right, got it.
You gotta add me.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I'm trying to open this up on my computer so I can have a broader range here. I don't know
This is
if
what
you
you
guys
get
be
when you
able to
get
find
new
this.
two newbies, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now I know not to test your thing and start your stream when you had it.
It's okay. You should be able to delete the other video after, like, go into your channel and you can just like remove the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just dropped a bunch of cards in the ground too, so this is great.
We're doing tarot. Of course, you're dropping cards.
Yes, yes. So, let's see. Do we have anybody? Has anybody found us? God, epically failed on this.
No, not at all. What? Hey, we're gonna do this. They can watch on the playback.
Yes. Okay, I'm trying to sign into like my StreamYard on my computer right now, so I can just do that. All right, enter studio there. Okay.
So we're learning about shuffling today. So actually, the reason I'm on with Karen is she mentioned it about doing a video on shuffling, and I was like, well, can I jump on as a co-host? I'm brand new to all this. I have decks that I struggle to shuffle, so like, hey, can I come on and kind of be co-host, somebody as a new person to tarot, ask my questions, get some answers. So yeah, that's how we came up with the idea of today. We're just getting all our decks organized. Got a couple different decks. Got some problem decks. Got some awkward decks. Got a little bit of everything.
All right. This is funny.
Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please and thank you.
Yes, please. Caleigh is wonderful. She just started her officially started your channel right after your birthday, not too long ago, right?
Yeah, the 28th of April. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
How
one
did it go?
live. The next one is on the 13th with Gerald. We're talking about kitchen witchery.
Oh, Fatima's here. Hi, Fatima. How are you?
Hi, Fatima. See, you found us.
I messed up my stream, so I'm going to have to delete the other video. I'm going to get this, though. So.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah.
You're a pro in no time.
I'm trying to place this so everybody can see. So, okay. So probably what our most popular way of shuffling is, well, it depends who you ask. Some people, it's sacrilege to, riffle shuffle.
I don't have the coordination. That's part of my problem.
I love to riffle shuffle. Now, some cards are like easier than others. This is my Tarot of the Best deck, probably one of my favorites. So, I just we'll just split the deck in half and get a good. These don't bend back and do the fancy thing.
Right.
Well, they're kind of stiff. So a lot of the times I'll do that. And this is a way that you can get reversals too, because when you split it and you take and turn them down that way, you can get reversals in the deck. And then I'll usually just do an overhand shuffle. I'll show you a French cut too that mixes it out. And that's part of an overhand shuffle. But say you are doing all uprights. You wanted all your cards to be upright, but you want to do a riffle shuffle.
Yeah.
I was watching somebody shuffle, and I noticed rather than taking and moving them that way, you take it and you make sure that your cards, you don't turn them in. You face
Right.
them out and
Okay.
slide them.
Ah,
And you can
getcha.
keep them all upright that way. I don't know that I have a deck that's turned all upright right now because I read reversals.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it works. Like if you want to try that, is
Sure.
yours all upright?
Well, I tend to read more Oracle than Tarot, so that's what I'm playing with is one of my Oracle decks, just because it's, the cards are kind of nice and big. But I tend to shuffle just like regular,
This one's all upright. Okay.
That's the kind of way I tend to shuffle. Just being, as I said, my coordination to actually do the riffle shuffle, as you said, I don't know if I have the coordination to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I have my
Well,
deck.
yeah, so it's showing, and these cards are easy to see, like that they are all because that's the one thing I don't like about this deck is that whether it's reversed or not. Yeah. So what I do is rather than taking them like most people do and say if I turn them and face them that way, what I'll do is just break them back.
So you purposely kind of rotate the card and then riffle it.
Well, I had to do that just then. Yeah, I just make sure that when I'm shuffling them, they're all in the upright way, so I'm not pushing them in opposite directions.
Gotcha.
So, oops, that was a bad shuffle. Hold up.
Practice, everybody.
There we go.
Practice.
This one I can. This one bends. So, and then look, all of our cards are still upright. Because if you're like me, it drives me nuts. Like if I have reversals, but I say I'm going to read them all upright.
Right.
I have to have them upright. Like it's just a mental for me. I'll leave this one upright. But now another way, like if you don't want to have if you don't want to damage your cards.
Right. Yes.
Riffle. Yeah. Which I like the riffle, but my teacher, Dusty White, he does the easiest way to learn tarot. One of his techniques he taught me is called spin the deck.
Okay.
So what we'll do is kind of twist.
Okay.
And then you kind of gather your cards back up. And this way you can have a different kind of order. Sometimes I'll turn around and I'll riffle them, Or since I'm wanting to point out that you don't have to, then you can just do an overhand shuffle.
Right.
And he also teaches us a French cut, which basically is just taking cards.
It's like the middle of the sandwich.
Yeah. And then, so you can kind of do that with any. So you're not constantly taking from the back or the front. And you can kind of mix it up.
Yeah.
So that way you don't have to damage your cards.
Right. And I like that twist technique would probably work for those reversals too, because you're kind of twisting ones that were upright will now be not. And then you can
and I
think shuffle them through afterwards.
Yeah, and you're kind of putting your energy into it too when you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, and he's, he'll kind of suggest doing that a few times. And we always call it waiting for the ding.
Yeah.
Ding! It's time.
Here's a question for you. So, how do you choose cards? Are you one of the people that you split the deck, choose one in the middle? I tend to pull jumpers, but it's just again because I'm so new to it. I tend to just what pops out.
One just flipped over on me, kind of like a jumper. Yeah. I'll do that. It just depends. Sometimes I'll get this thing where I'm if I'm doing a Celtic cross or something, I'm I wasn't ready for that quite, but I'll keep a mental note of what the card was.
Right.
And then I'll just kind of keep going. And if it shows up in my spread, I'm then I'm doubly convinced that, that was supposed to come out. But I just had the death card flip over. So I might set that one aside. It's I think it's maybe telling me an overall theme or something,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Now oracle cards, I like jumpers on oracles.
Right.
I don't know why. And then if I don't do jumpers or whatever, I'll just I'm kind of one of those where I split my deck 3 ways.
Okay.
Bring it back over.
Is that what you would do with, for example, like one of the decks I think I mentioned to you when we were thinking about doing this was like, I have a deck. This is the deck. I'm like, how do I shuffle that?
Yeah. How many cards are in that?
It's a standard tarot, but the issue is the cards are incredibly thick.
Yes.
I don't know how well you'll be able to see that.
Wow.
So it's just a thick deck because the cards are thick. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to be doing a deck review in June on this.
What is that named?
But they're lenticular. So that's why they're so thick, is that they're lenticular.
That's why. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Because like I've got an oracle deck. Lottie, she said she likes jumpers. I do too. I just threw her.
Yeah, it's this deck here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing a review on it in June.
I've seen that. Yeah, like it's it's supposed to give it an animated. It looks like this oracle deck that I have of teal swans.
But of course, like I got it for the pretty cards, not so much for functionality.
It's hard to shuffle this one, I think. I struggle with this one. It's so
These
big.
are definitely pretty cards and not functional.
Now, sometimes, see, I can't do this one. So I would, okay. So like if they're too big, a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll do it long way.
Okay.
Yeah. Rather than,
oh yeah, that is a bit easier to handle as far as shuffling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little awkward. And then in this, like if you wanted to, sometimes you could even cut the deck.
Right.
Bring it back around and mix it around again. Yeah. And if this one I can do okay sideways. The one I have a super hard time with is Poppy Palin's ginormous tarot.
Oh gosh, those are ginormous.
Yeah, the art is so wonderful.
That gorgeous art.
It's beautiful art. I love it so much. I mean, they do kind of have a bend to them. So sometimes I can do a riffle. We'll see.
Well, and I guess it's like with anything with tarot, there's no real wrong or right way to do it necessarily. If it feels right,
broken these in a little bit. Yeah, I've broken these in a little bit. I tend to read this deck upright mainly too, because sometimes, like in my head, I kind of get if somebody doesn't want to include reverse meanings in their deck. This is mostly, by the way, I'm just sharing my crazy logic with y'all. That I'm like, it's just meant to be read.
I'm curious.
Upright. And then sometimes,
this
like
is the one that came out,
I have to like lick my thumb to get on the go. Yeah,
like
I mean, and it works
out, right?
Yeah, but the French cut overhand shuffle, like I really like that. So I like, back, and then sometimes I'll think, from the front. But it, just taking that French cut method, I really enjoy doing that. Now, there is another way, like they call this the Las Vegas shuffle. I'm gonna see if I can do this. It's like where you don't full on riffle, but you just take corners.
I feel like that's probably how I'd end up riffling, where I don't have the coordination.
So you just, rather than taking the whole, this one actually works really well. Then you just slide them together.
Yeah. So instead of trying to do like the entire card, you're just kind of matching corners and then putting it together. And
I don't know. I love
that definitely works better for me coordination wise, I think, is doing that.
Okay. It's all about like finding what works for you, and some people where's it going with that? I had a thought and then I just lost it.
That's all right.
I just looked at these circle cards and I was like, how do you do these?
So yeah, and then I have
Yeah.
a mini decks, like mini cards. So maybe some
Uh-huh.
recommendations on maybe how to shuffle
Yeah.
those.
I tend to I was trying to figure out how I could even do these like by breaking them down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, would you
There's
do maybe?
really not.
I know there's some people that like pick by like just spreading the deck and then like choosing cards that way. That would maybe
That's
work
what
with
it's
those
called, like
circles.
what mushing the pile. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But this one, now that I'm breaking it in a
Well,
little
they're
bit
big
more,
too. They're a little bit big, right?
yeah. To do this. Otherwise, they stick together everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if I had like that, like when I used to be a bank teller,
Right.
the
Yes.
the
Yeah.
wax. Yeah. So you can catch the money that you're counting better.
But of course, like I have like an actual like card shuffler, like a mechanical one that you can do. But I'm like, of course, it's like playing card size, not like tarot card size, so it wouldn't work
Right.
very well.
So like when you do a spread, like I don't know why, like I always cut 3 ways
Yeah.
and do it that way. A lot of the times, like if you hear your mental ding, however that is for you, like me,
Yes.
sometimes I'll get like a chill
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know, like I'll see like kind of like a flashlight or something. It's
Right.
weird. I don't know.
Pick me.
Everybody's ding, yeah, everybody's ding is different.
Right.
It's kind of figuring. Some people will say they feel it in like their solar plexus, or they'll feel like
Okay.
a
Yeah.
part lit up, which is kind of cool to think about um, what you're feeling intuitively, so you can
Right.
tap into that more. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because I know like some people they'll read the bottom of the deck. Sometimes they'll like split the deck, or
yeah, or they'll take like just the top right off.
Yeah.
There's no way, or they'll just split 2 ways, or they'll split and then like even take what was on the bottom of that one, or
Right.
take or choose just one of these to do. I mean,
Yeah.
Everybody has their method, and the right one is what works for you, what you feel best.
And if anyone watching has any questions, feel free to post questions about shuffling, or if you have any
yeah,
recommendations yourselves on what you like to do.
Something to you, because I imagine there's only so long we can talk about shuffling. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about like little mini decks.
This is one I made. This is the one I made, but they're like basically mini playing cards is what I used to make them. But
yeah.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, this is my little Pamela Coleman Smith in the tin, the RWS.
I mean, they're so nice for traveling with, but
yeah, I love it in the tin. I get a lot of jumpers. They're so light and they just fly around everywhere. Yeah, they really do. Whoops. See? They really are.
They're just proving you're right.
But they're so cute and little. And they're actually really good to use for clarifiers too, because then they don't like cover up your cards as much in your spread.
Yes, yeah.
So I like doing that. I'm kind of doing this more cautiously, but sometimes, like if I don't get a jumper, I'll pay attention, and it's like I'll notice a card sticking out. Like
yes, I do that.
Yeah. So I do that.
It's like them putting up their hand in class, being like, "Pick me
in the tower."
Let's see what one will pop up for me here. There, that one wanted to slip out.
Oh, that's
a letter.
So
our letter, Mom.
Oh.
So somebody out there going to get a message today?
Oh,
I know you just got a phone call, so.
Yeah, I did about a job that I'm getting an offer. Yeah, I'm excited. And I love the office that it's in too. They took an old mill and converted it. And there's tons of windows, like all this natural light coming into it. And everybody's like so nice.
So
they have like
important.
Nice like little cafe thing and kind of like a cafeteria cafe thing, but
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just administration, like for the hospitals, only administrative,
Yeah.
you know, HR, finance.
But that natural light's so important.
It really is. I think it's gonna, and then like there's nice grounds to like walk around on and stuff.
Oh,
So
that sounds so
yeah,
lovely.
I'm really excited about that. Because when I worked my office before really was kind of depressing. Like it was not aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what's gonna be so nice about
So
this.
I think you mentioned about like, breaking index, so to speak. So did you just like kind of just sit there and like handle them and just, shuffle them and just kind of.
Some I've had that like either they're sticky sometimes. You notice like
Right.
ones
Yes.
that have a certain texture. My Game of Thrones deck took forever to break in. It's just now getting to like where I like it.
Yes. Yeah.
Really
It's like a pair
good
of shoes,
cards
right?
came out. They were on fire the other day. I was like, wow, okay, this is very intuitive. But I didn't get that for a while. And then like the ones that are plasticky,
Right.
they're just like, they just slide
Well,
everywhere.
like these ones, right? I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but like they're the lenticular, like.
That kind of has an ASMR sound to it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But they're kind of slippery.
ASMR.
One, it's a thick deck. Two, it's like weird textured cards.
That's really cool.
At one point, I had gotten like the playing card sleeves for them, but it just made them more slippery and more awkward to shuffle, so I ended up taking them off. But
that is so cool, though. I like that. This deck I haven't broken in very well at all. Yeah. It's still very, very stiff. It's
upsides the backs are nice. And you can do reversals.
Oh, cool. Yeah. This one I have not broken in well. But the cards have a nice velvety finish.
Yes. And do you have a preference? I know I've heard people talk about like linen versus not linen. Like, do you have like preferences for?
I'm not really sure what all of them are called.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but this one, it's hard for my fingers to catch it this way, like when I'm shuffling. Right. So sometimes, like if I struggle with that, then I'll just turn it and do it,
as you said, the long
vertically rather than long ways. Yeah.
And that one jumped.
Yeah, but this one I've got to like I need some of that stuff. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. I love that.
Yeah, and I've seen go ahead.
There is a tarot game too that we play with shuffling.
Okay.
You can just
I can grab one of my tarot decks, one of my more functional.
Well, you could just play like say you're just watching TV or whatever.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it's an intuition game.
Right.
Say, I'm gonna try to find a sword card. And this just dexterity, while you're shuffling. You're like, okay, sword card. Nope, not it.
Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. Oh, getting closer. 8 of Wands, but like
hey, they're pointy.
Sometimes like you can do it. It's like I want a court card. I want and if you want to make it the hardest you can do it is to pick an ace.
Right.
So, and it's like I kind of start thinking like, okay, I want to get a sword. Like, how many would I pass? Nope. Cups, wands, everything else. Come on.
It's almost a game you can play with your guides too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say I'm good at it. No. But it's fun. Like,
yes.
To see like, ooh, did I get it this time? Does this feel like a sword?
Yeah.
Nope, it's the 10 of Cups.
I mean, if you're on like a train ride or a plane and you got nothing else to do,
Yeah. One night. Oh, Lottie said she's gonna try that.
Awesome. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Like usually like when I'm more like focused into it, sometimes I can I can get on a roll, but
Right.
I'm not one of these like, where you do the cards and you can guess which shape it is. The psychic testing cards. Yeah, I
Right.
get like maybe 3 right or so. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I don't have that kind of intuitive power to see through the card per se.
Oh gosh, X-ray vision.
Yeah. X-ray vision. Yeah, I don't have that. I'm honest
Not
about
yet.
my shortcomings. Yeah. My intuition works a little bit differently than that, but hey, it's amazing when it does work for people.
It.
I like my cups apparently. So, but yeah, I need to start doing that again because like it really does. It's like a nice like zoning out thing. And
Yeah.
another one that we'll do too is like if you're watching TV, it's kind of fun. Like this, like say you're watching news stories that kind of move fast,
Right.
or a sport that moves fast, like basketball or soccer or something like that.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, what's gonna happen next, And it's like, ooh, the hermit. Somebody's gonna get in timeout, or something. Yeah. Ooh, somebody's gonna get left alone.
Yeah.
What's and you kind of think it in your head, or like, oh, but somebody brings them back in. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get asked out on a date. So that's kind of a fun one to do.
Right.
But
Yeah.
It has to be something that moves fast.
Right.
So yeah, with news or celebrities.
And that would be good too with like somebody like me where I'm still even just trying to understand what all the different cards mean. That would be a good way to kind of, like as you said, pull the cards. Maybe if you have to look up the meaning, but then see what, as you say, transpires.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's a fun one. And, a lot of the times, like, I'll have in my head, like, you just kind of want to be able to go through each card, like a second each, like the King of Pentacles. I'll be like, ooh, rich, they like money. The Four of Cups, man. You just want to have like things that you come through. The Hangman, nothing. I'm just gonna hang here.
Yeah.
Queen of Swords, watch out or she'll cut your head off. That kind of thing. We'll come up with funny things like what kind of job would the King of Cups have, And this is from mine.
Ooh, yeah. I love that.
What job would he have? I think
I'm gonna make it bigger so I can see
it. Oops. Sorry.
Up there you go.
Yeah. What kind of job would he have?
Maybe like I don't know. I get like naval captain vibes, but I don't know if it's just because of the telescope.
Yeah, or like a ship captain. Or yeah, with this one. But a lot of the times I'll think like the King of Cups too. Like I could see them like having their own vineyard or something, because of wine. Yeah, the cups. And being able to enjoy that.
I think it was last week, one of the games, I'll say games. So it was Gerald and he had a guest on and they were talking about like sense of smell and tarot. So like holding up a card and like, what smells do you get from this card? And and like from different decks, there was different smells because the artwork's different, right? So that can kind of so let me see here. Like I just have the page of chalices here just because it is the one that was at the bottom of the deck. But like for example, like I see that one, I would smell like the ocean and like a fresh breeze.
Look at his like, little coat waving. I love that.
Right?
That is so cool. I mean, I'm getting like a literal smell of mine. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
So like this was one
it
that we
smells like paper
talked about, which was.
But I would smell like salty ocean, like beach spray.
Like this one, you would get maybe like the sweetness of the grapes and like the opulence and just
Yeah.
Anyway, it was
Yeah.
just very interesting. So it's definitely one I'm probably going to play with, friends and stuff at some point. It's just good to get like everybody's different viewpoints. Like not everybody thinks
I
the
like
same.
that.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of
Like
awesome.
if I did, I would smell smoke.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Smell smoke.
But yeah,
I love this deck. Is so cute.
I love the artwork in that deck. It's gorgeous.
It's really fun. My girls are very loud. Yeah.
Singing
And
the
then that would
songs
be
with
like
people.
a campfire smell.
Yes.
Yeah. And then this is like, I don't know, like a day where it's clear, but you could kind of smell, like, see all the clouds above. And then
yeah, there might be a little bit of rain.
Smell the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that smell.
For sure.
I like that.
Yeah, it's fun coming up with little games like that.
Yeah. I would smell this cake.
Ooh, yes, please. Actually,
yeah.
I have some in my fridge. I had a party on the weekend. I have cake in my fridge. You can come over.
Well, do you want to do, I don't know, like maybe just like a collective read on how can we
well, sure. Like, how many people do we have watching right now? We have 3 people, so we could even, if they wanted individual readings, we'd probably have
yeah. We have time to do that. Yeah. If y'all want one, just let us know.
You can help me practice my shuffling.
Yeah.
If not, maybe I can do one for Karen with her new job, her possible new job.
Sure. Yeah. How will I like it?
Gotta grab a couple more decks though, so you're gonna see me stand up here.
Sorry,
it's funny. I have some decks that I rarely ever use, and I have some that I like just go to all the time.
Yes. Oh, we got it.
Ooh, Lottie says
okay,
yes.
Lottie, yes. Okay. Lottie, would you like a?
Do you want to do Lottie first then?
Yeah, like a general reading, or do you have anything specific?
Yeah, Lottie, do you have anything you want us to read specifically? I don't like doing third party or like health or political stuff, but I'm fine with anything other than that.
Same.
Yeah, I just got my favorite deck out. It's one actually that I got chills from holding the cards the first time. But it's the only deck that it's ever happened, but
well, I guess we could just here, she's got one coming. General is good. Okay.
Okay,
all
perfect.
Right. We'll put Lottie up here for a general reading.
There. Yay, you did it. See, posting. We're learning stuff here, everybody. You're here why it's happening, why we're learning.
All right. Well, let my guest go first for Lottie, and I'm going to be shuffling, so hopefully I'll mute myself while I'm shuffling.
I'll say we'll play some Jeopardy music here. Okay, that one's jumping. Thank you all for joining us today. Talking about shuffling and learning about the tarot and games, of course. I'm definitely going to try some of those games. That sounds kind of awesome. All right. For Lottie. Some cards for Lottie. Oh, and then Fatima. All right, perfect. Lottie first, though. Oh, and a flip. There we go. All right. And we're going to choose you an animal. I'm pulling from a couple little different decks here. And actually, later today, you should hopefully on my channel, which is Woo Wonderment. I only started it about a week ago, actually. I'm going to be posting a reading for this week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. All right. So Lottie, let me see what cards we got here. Oh, these are nice ones. All right. So the first cards I got is This is the perfect time. Ask your spirit guide. And then courage arrives when you step over fear. And those go actually really nicely with the other cards I pulled from my crystal deck, which is, so there's patience, which is rhodonite, opal, which is emotional magnification, and then green calcite, which is letting go. They're just wanting their voices heard. It's okay. And then for your animals, I got the Pleiated woodpeckers. So for your inner fire and change your perspective, which is the nuthatch, which are both birds, which I think is kind of cool. So
those are crazy. Sorry.
That's all good. So like looking at all the cards, I don't know if you've been working through some emotional stuff lately, Lottie, but that's kind of what I get, is that we're talking about like emotional magnification, letting go, but there's also that patience piece. So you are working on freeing that inner fire. So just call on those spirit guides. They're letting you know that they are here at this time, and that today now is the perfect time, that everything's where it should be. And just have that courage to step over that fear and move forward. So yeah, I hope you like the reading.
Okay.
Your turn, Karen.
Okay, so mine was a little interesting. So I started off with the Page of Pentacles here, and it looks like it's funny. I had this card out earlier. I think I was showing, we were talking about smells, so I thought that was funny that came out. But you know, the Page of Pentacles, I always like to think of like, you know, learning. There is a map down there, and it looks like there's some directions, you know, like also, yeah, maybe some type of direction in a study, perhaps, that maybe you've been looking into, or perhaps some type of investment. But then I get the High Priestess. And of course, we know with the High Priestess that we need to listen to our intuition. And sometimes it says you might be letting like your logical self, which the Page of Pentacles can kind of be a little too logical, you know, and like try to listen to this. So, you know, you don't, you know, in something, maybe that was good to start. Or maybe you need to cut something out. Hi, Annie Bear. But you know, all the voices inside. And what's funny is I pulled an oracle. It's dead on, is the seer, which is the High Priestess. See beyond the current situation. So I think that's might be giving us a little bit more there. Maybe there's more than meets the eye to something. And it might be leading you in a path that's not the best, but you've got this if you can just listen to what your gut is telling you and follow that. I hope that makes sense, Lottie. And we had the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck too, and she's very intuitive, beautiful, beautiful, gentle soul. So I think that's you, Lottie. All right.
All right. So while you were doing that, I was pulling cards for Fatima because she was also wanted a reading. And I don't know if you could see why I was shuffling, but they were like flying everywhere. They were jumping everywhere for you, Fatima. All right. So I'm going to start with the crystal cards this time and work my way through. So the first card I got was Celestial Quartz, which is Angelic Truth. Howlite, which is Spiritual Beginning. And then Fluorite, which is Mental Mastery. So 3 really big cards there. And then with the other cards, I got light and you can lead the way. Speak your truth with passion. Lost but never alone. And then the last one here was you have the power to make yourself better. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's just absolutely gorgeous card. And then as far as animals for you, I got the common raven, which is align your inner compass. And the beaver, so make manifest. So the vibe, the feeling I'm getting from these cards is, I don't know, Fatima, if you're maybe with the spiritual beginnings. I know you're a very spiritual person just from speaking with you on YouTube and stuff like that, but I don't know if maybe there's a new chapter starting. So you're maybe feeling that little bit of disconnect. I've heard from my teacher that when you're getting up those upgrades and stuff like that, that there can sometimes be that little feeling of a disconnect or things aren't working like they should. So just make sure that you keep that inner compass, on the path. Work on manifesting, keep strong, keep going forward, because that light in you can lead the way. You see that there's that star right at our third eye. So you got this. There's great new things coming for you. But yeah, I hope that reading means something to you. And I guess we'll see what Karen has for you. Yes, Annie, yeah, the Raven does know lots of magic.
Okay. All right, Fatima, I have, it's interesting that I pulled 2 8s in your spread.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I, first off, we started with the 2 of Swords. This is a very interesting 2 of Swords. It's like, the 2 of Swords, a lot of times there's, 2 ideas, 2 paths with this blindfold on and not, trying to throw a dart with a blindfold on at a dartboard. It's kind of like not always knowing which one to go, and sometimes refusing to make a choice and just kind of staying there in that. But this energy is going out. And right now, it seems like you have made some type of choice and you're working on something here. I think it's interesting that there's all these like little potions and things. I don't know, like if you've been doing like a lot of like cooking or any type of, things like with gardening and using things that you've, like harvested yourself, or that could be all kinds of things. You've got something that you were working on and perfecting a craft here, and that's good. You want to stay in this because in the future you're going to have to rely on your strength. The good thing is that I love this card. It makes me think of like the Wizard of Oz, with the tornado in the background. But she's like walking sweetly by this lion, and but they're walking away from the storm. So whatever you're working on right now, is giving you the strength to walk away from whatever made you feel like this, and just stay true to that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is in charge. He's in, he has structure and everything, and that comes with the 8 of Pentacles too. Is to keep the focus and also to see the bigger picture. You have that ability, that Emperor energy. Don't let anybody take that away from you. And it was interesting. I pulled a little oracle card for you here, and we've got Winter. Take care of your needs. So, maybe this was something coming out of winter and maybe this is or something that's coming up for winter. Perhaps maybe you're like me where I don't take care of my needs as much in winter. I can kind of get really depressed with the lack of sunlight and everything. Or if people tend to act colder, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you could see this, but the key point here is look after yourself first, make time for yourself. And I think you will do well because you have a lot of strength, those 2 8s. So I hope that made sense.
Well, and I got that mental mastery card. She definitely has that, I think. Yeah. No?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Does anybody, we think we have like time, we could do one more?
Or we got 6 people. Does anybody else want one? I did pull you some cards, Karen, but we can, if somebody else wants a reading, I can do those after for you.
Yeah. Hopefully they looked pretty good.
So far, so good.
Okay. If anybody else wants one, just let us know and we'll squeeze in another one.
If not, I can just go through your cards. There's only a couple
Okay,
here.
yeah,
so.
sure. Yeah.
So I pulled from I pulled from my crystal deck because it's kind of my go-to, but then I pulled from my Lenormand deck, and then I also pulled some dragons for you.
Oh.
Just because I thought with like a job and prosperity would be good for you, pulling for jobs. So the first one I got actually, and I'm wearing it today, is Tiger's Eye. So personal power in action. I think that's a really good card for a job.
Ooh, I like that. That's awesome.
The other one I got is
Tiger's Eye.
In the Darkness. So Black Coral.
Ooh.
So I think you're definitely going to be bringing some lightness or some light into that job, into that workspace, just by being who you are. And then the other one I got is the Lunar Path. So silver. Oh. So like the moon. So I don't know if there's going to be something tied to either like the moon cycles or moon energy, or maybe just something to be aware of, how that, full moons can affect people. I know from some of my jobs I've been in, people go a little crazy.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing like for like 10,000 people.
Right, exactly.
And
then in the healthcare field too, right? So extra stress.
Yeah.
And then from my Lenormand, so the deck or the cards I got was, the first one is the Bear. So I'm going from memory here right now, but Bear, I believe, has to do with like comfort and like money and that kind of thing. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Protection, so I think that's what this job's going to bring or help bring for you. Yeah. I did get the snake, so I don't know if maybe just kind of like a watch your back. There might be people that like to gossip and that kind of stuff at work. So just watch your back. Yeah. Okay. And then I also got fish, which I think for me anyway, is another prosperity.
That's a good one.
So
yeah.
So
good.
The fact that we got like 2 prosperity cards out of that, and then the 2 dragon cards I got was Lady Nada, which says, true life happens from one moment to the next. You will find the love you long for in here and now.
Oh.
She's number 38.
That is
lots
beautiful.
Of pink, lots of love.
I love the
dragon. The other one is Aurora, it says, your true power is the light of your own magic. Remember that you are a powerful magical creature, which I think is kind of going hand in hand with this card here, right?
Nice. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. So I think I'm gonna be accepting the offer. Yeah. So I'm excited. Wow. I love it.
That's your new job.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to swear, right?
Fine. Well, we've got some new people who just found us right here at the end too.
Sure. Hi, Rossi.
Hi to Annie Bear, then Saskia came in. Hi, Saskia. And Rossi.
Rossi, we're doing readings if you wanted us to pull you some cards.
Yeah.
I've been taking some classes with Rossi, so we know each other.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Lottie had said, here, I'll show this. During hers, she said, think this is about my spiritual journey, ignoring my thoughts, which get in the way, and listening to intuition.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Oh, that's so hard for all of us, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
wouldn't say
you're
that
right.
myself,
Bunny
for
Bear,
sure.
Raven does know magic. Yeah. Oh, and then Fatima said, very good. Makes total sense. Having a few hiccups in life. And then, oh, that's really nice, Fatima. Thank you. So,
That was for you, Karen.
was that for me?
Well, thank you.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I don't
But
know.
yeah,
if
maybe.
we really
Oh,
get-
here, Rossi said sure.
Okay, Rossi. All right. Sure, I would like to have one. All right. Okay.
This is my first time in the StreamYard, so I'm getting used
Yeah,
to
and then we
it.
can just do maybe after Rossi, we'll just do a collective.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
sounds good. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll just do
All
like
right, I'm gonna pull some cards
see what
for you,
comes up.
Rossi. I'll go first.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah. Anybody watching on the playback, exactly. All right, Rossi. It's gonna take me 2 seconds just to pull a couple cards for you here, but so for Rossi, please. Get cards jumping for you, Rossi. Ah! And I now have to go under my desk. 1 second. They're making me work today. Oh, so yeah, so my new channel it's Woo Woo Wonderment. So if you look it up, it should hopefully be on there now or popping up. It wasn't popping up in search. But Gerald,
I'll go back and put it in the description.
Yeah, sure. That would be great.
It was all in my first stream, and then I had to just frantically start a new one because I messed up and went ahead and put myself live and couldn't recapture that stream earlier.
Oh, good. Oh,
That
we
was
had some technical difficulties.
that was it. Anyway, just wanted to say that.
But yeah, next live on my channel is on the 13th with Gerald from Tarot Stash. We're going to talk about kitchen witchery, which is exciting. I like to cook and I like to bake, and I'm currently actually working on getting my Celtic Shamanic Priestess. And as Gerald himself is a practicing witch, we thought it would be a good topic to cover. Since
That is really cool.
And then I have Tanis, who's actually my teacher here in Ottawa.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. We're going to have Tanis on as well, who's my teacher here in Ottawa. She's actually going to be on in June as well. She has Twillo Lifestyle here on YouTube. And you had a question there? You were going to say something and I kind of talked over you there.
I just said, like, if I were to like do anything, I would see like kitchen witch because I just like to cook or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah. That would
cook
be like
for
the only
everybody.
thing I could see.
Yeah. Can we have an animal for Rossi, please? Or I can just sit here for an hour and shuffle cards.
I do it a lot.
I mean, they have ASMR channels, right? We can just sit here shuffling cards, ASMR, right? All right. Woodpecker coming up again for people. All righty. Ooh, look at all these pretty cards. All right. Okay. Well, Rossi, apparently you need to ground because I had it come up twice. So the first card I got was hematite, so spiritual grounding. And hematite is such a great stone to wear, or even just to use. The weight and stuff can be very grounding on its own. Aquamarine, which is simplification. So there's maybe something in your life, I don't know if it's necessarily spiritual or just your life in general, that maybe just needs a little bit of streamlining, a little bit of simplification. Doesn't have to be complicated. And then black onyx, which is grounded self-awareness. So there's that word grounding again, right? So I know you've been busy taking lots of classes and everything. So maybe just taking some time for yourself, that simplification, looking inward, taking care of yourself. So it says, ask your spirit guides is the next card I got for you. Natural healing power. So I actually got a friend of mine pulled this card for me the other day. So get outside now that, you're in Florida. So I know your weather's kind of nice all the time, but get out, sit under a tree or sit by the ocean or, just get outside, maybe to see the woodpeckers. And then the first step is taken. You have asked for help. I love this card. I don't know if it's a sunrise or sunset, but standing in the ocean there, they're getting out in that water and just appreciating the small things, looking at all that beautiful energy. And then the two animals I got were, again, the pileated woodpecker, so that free your inner fire.
My favorite
So
woodpecker.
again, that simplification, that kind of, it's almost like these are like circling inwards, like at focusing on one point. So I think it's kind of that simplification again, or and then stand up for yourself. This is such a cute card, but it's the spotted skunk. So it's the whole, like, small but mighty.
See that she has a woodpecker that's been visiting. That's cool.
Oh, see, that's perfect then. So yeah, just work on grounding, work on, it doesn't, you don't have to make it complicated to make it worth something. Sometimes simple's the nicest way to do things sometimes.
Yes.
Hey,
well,
hope you liked your reading, Rossi.
Yeah, I've got some interesting cards, like in a good way. I see you going out of this kind of energy here with Temperance. If you look, she's got one eye closed, one open, kind of doing her little yoga pose. And you see like the, Temperance, there's things that are bad for you on one side and things that are good for you on the other. And it's kind of going out of this, like, feeling like you kind of got to be somewhere, like just playing it safe in the middle, and maybe even kind of feeling, maybe guilting yourself like I would about, like not always making sometimes the best choices, or just trying to, not rock the boat here. But you've kind of got these, like a little angel devil kind of thing kind of going on here. But right now it's telling you, take a chance, let's spin the wheels. We need a change. And I think I have the feeling that it's a really good change. Take a chance, do something new, and get yourself seen more. Because we're coming into the Six of Wands here. Everybody's smiling, cheering at her. There's something that you've got some type of skill, talent, or just needing to get out and socialize more, and just people, experience your brilliant energy, would be good for you. And I kind of get that thing. Two oracles popped out for you. We've got the trader. You see, like, he has some goods behind him. Maybe, selling stuff, like at a trades fair or something like that. Exchange energy to create abundance. And I think that's the key there, is, with that Temperance, there's a balancing, of fire and water. You don't want too much of one or too little of one, because they can put each other out. And I think that exchanging your energy will be good for you. And I think that this really has something to do with this Wheel of Fortune. It says Oracle, wait for important information. I don't know if there's something you might be expecting that's going to put you in a really good spin here to get here. But we don't know unless we, put ourselves back out there, which I'm having to do as well. And sometimes, we need to stop playing it as safe and just get out there and enjoy life and go with the flow. So I went back to the office last week. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm a Libra.
That's a tough change.
Yeah, I'm a Libra, so balance is in my DNA. It certainly is. Yeah, I bet you can really relate with that, with the temperance, and taking that chance. But yeah, hybrid, that's really good, to be able to have that and to kind of back and forth. I think that can really help balance out those different sides of you well. It seems like it's a good, fortunate change. So,
Yeah.
But wait for something important. Something important is coming. So, who knows?
So we hit the hour
Incredible
mark. Look at that.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Well, did we want to just pull like I can pull like just a couple of collective cards.
Yeah,
or
so while
whatever.
you were reading Rossi's, actually I pulled some for the collective. So while I do my
Awesome.
reading, if you want to pull for yours. But yeah, thank you everybody for helping us get to the hour mark. Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at that. We did it.
Thank you.
Thank you for sticking with us through all of this.
Okay.
But I will go ahead and
I'm going to mute
let
myself.
let the collective know, anybody watching on playback, this is for any time, any day, whenever you're watching this. This will be applicable. So the first card I got was Zircon, which is life change. The second one I got is Angelic Truth, which is Elysial Quartz, and that's the second time this one has come up today. And then the third one I got is Pink Tourmaline, which is the gift of love. And then from the second deck, I got When It Feels Right, Do It. And then Heal the Past and Fix Tomorrow. And then I pulled one animal and one dragon for everybody. So the common raven came up again. So that align your inner compass. So I think that's really important for everybody right now with all the big life changes. You know, you saw that card come up. All those big life changes happening right now. And then I got Aradia. I think that's how we pronounce her name. She's all that purple fire, all that purple energy. But it says, Aradia has spoken. Your inner servitude is over. Your beliefs and dependencies are melting away. I'm awakening the magic that will free you. Know the freedom begins in thoughts. And looking at these cards, I think these two, maybe it's the color, maybe it's the energy I'm getting from them, but I feel like they go together. So, when it feels right, just do it. Do it in love. There's lots of changes coming. Keep that inner compass aligned. But, we're all going to get through this. We've all got this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see what Karen has for everybody.
All right. I'm back. So this was kind of crazy. I went to go pull and like this oracle card wanted to come out again.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That said, wait for important information.
With all those light codes and DNA codes.
Yeah, it really kind of speaks for itself. And, I feel like this can also just be something like intuitively that and then I wanted to pull up my Poppy Palin deck and it got really chatty. Cards flew out. I was like, oh gosh. Yeah. So, I believe our collective energy here, has been in a really, mostly a good place. If it's not always like financial stability, like I think it can also be like a good sense of yourself, being comfortable in your skin. But, perhaps, and this is something we're always going through, is getting a new perspective on things.
Yes.
Or maybe something happened to make you think in a new way. And
Definitely.
you've kind of taken a time out. Those are happy sounds, I promise. I'm going to go get them in just a minute. I'm watching them right here. But the hangman, I like this because this kid's doing this happy like thing, and everybody's like, what are they doing? Um, but something, because perspective to bring a change here.
Yeah.
I love this death card, by the way.
It's
Like,
gorgeous.
isn't it where she's, talking to, like, looks like maybe her granddaughter, and then you see
Mhm.
like, the spirit like walking away. Like, it just has such
Are those
a.
like crows or ravens even up at the top there? Those blackbirds?
I can't remember if they're ravens or crows. I'd have to look at the guidebook because they're so
Yeah.
similar. I know ravens like what smaller than a crow, but
Right.
either way, yeah, messengers.
Mhm.
But there might be some type of change. I'm not saying, of course, with the death card, usually it's some type of a transformation that maybe
Yes.
you've been
Yeah.
taking some time out to get a new perspective on. And it might get you a little busy, so just kind of strap down here.
Yeah.
But that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes
No.
we need that, because if we're too here all the time,
Mhm.
that's not good for our spirit either. I feel like
Right.
having energy and moving and balancing, but you're going to be able to do it. You're going to have it, because I pulled
Be that
the
childlike, right?
yeah, I pulled the castle card. So this could
Ooh.
be a change that with the pentacles could bring some more money. You might
Nice.
have a
Yeah.
lot of things to balance, but you're going to still be a castle within yourself. I think that is not going to be a negative. So
Right.
I love that. I think that's
Ride the
really
wave, people. Ride
cool.
the wave.
Ride the wave. Ride the wave. And yeah, apparently this is the biggest thing right here. Some
Yep.
type of information that can bring along a good change for you. So anyways, that's what I got. It's kind of an interesting collective one. I wasn't expecting that.
Thank you all
Well,
for coming.
I really enjoyed this. Oh,
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking what everybody said here real fast, and Lottie says thank you for the readings. Rossi said great readings. Oh, yeah, that crown chakra activity. Yep. Oh, well, thank y'all so much. I really
Yes.
appreciate you spending your time, which is so precious.
Yes.
That you decided to spend it here with us.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. And I'm going to be putting out, I wrote another poem. I'm going to be putting a poem video.
Exciting.
Yeah. So y'all have to check that out. And I've got a live tomorrow on Rain's channel.
Okay.
Tarot Talk Tuesday. Heather can't be there tomorrow. So I'm going to be on there talking about the Emperor and the Hierophant, and
that's exciting.
showing cards and stuff. So
I'll
and then
maybe tune in.
Yeah. And yeah, you have to come check it out. It's like, I think it's at 1 p.m. on Tuesdays. Yeah, 1 p.m. on Tuesdays, Eastern time. And then I was talking to Thomas over at Tarot Your Way, and I'm going to be coming on doing like I think this Thursday at 6, I'm going to be doing a tarot pairs thing with him. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah. It's like I'll go quiet for a little while and then
Nah, never enough. Never enough.
Did you talk about, you mentioned some of the stuff you have coming up, right?
Yeah. So next one is on the 13th on my channel on Woo Woo Wonderment with Gerald. The one following that will be on the 27th of May, which will be the deck review that I've mentioned. So I'll be doing a deck review with that one, and then the first video in June, which you'll see is already up on my channel, is going to be with Tanis, which is Twillo Lifestyle. We don't have a topic yet, but we'll definitely have one by that point. Either way, it'll always be fun and a bunch of laughs, of course. But yeah, I'm
Yeah, that
excited to
sounds
see what your
awesome.
channel's going to be doing. I'm excited to see, you know, what's going to happen on my channel. And yeah, you guys are just
Yeah.
going to have to subscribe to see what's going to happen.
Yes, and I'm gonna put your I'm gonna go back and put in your channel information
Oh, thanks.
in the description on this live. So, all right. Well, thank y'all so much, and I'm gonna end it here. Gotta take care of some
Bye,
little girls.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.